Is it possible to assemble a ready-to-play layout in only 8 hours during a weekend? Even if you are a beginner and you do not have much experience in model landscaping, you can assemble a model layout in a short time without any problems using only a few tools. Noch offer a wide range of pre-formed model layouts. If you have chosen a layout, it can be easily sent directly to your home within mainland Europe. The layout is made of plastic and mounted on a sturdy wooden frame. It is painted with natural-looking colours, varnished and covered with grass. The tunnel entrances are cut and the tunnel underlays are cut to size. For easy assembly, there are openings on the side of the layout. Many layouts come with a complete bridge kit, and each layout comes with a track plan. Along with the track plan, each layout comes with instructions about the electrical wiring and the digital connection. In order to realistically decorate the layout, there is a list showing the matching scenic items. However, this list is only a recommendation. You can decorate your layout just the way you want it. Now we are beginning with the assembly of the layout. This film is showing you how to assemble the layout Königsfeld. First we fix the tunnel underlays and wooden strips with hot glue or contact glue. That's all we have to do to complete the subconstruction. Let's get started with laying the tracks. First we assemble the bridge kits. You only have to click the parts together. The roadway parts can be screwed together using the little plates. Glue the piles together without the base plates. Glue the bridge bearings in the bridge at the third cross beam from the bridge head. Apply the glue sparingly. Having assembled the bridge, put it on its place, mark and fix it. Remember to pay attention to the position of the tracks. Now we can screw the tracks on the roadway as centrally as possible. The roadways are pre-coloured. For trouble-free operation, make sure that the tracks are placed in a position so that even long trains can pass without touching rocks, walls and tunnel entrances. The wiring of the layout is quickly achieved. Then create the roads and places applying the flexible Noch crepe paper roads and places. Noch crepe paper can be easily bent in the curves. Cut the inside curve with scissors. Small folds can be smoothed out with an old knife or spatula. At the crossing, make small carton ramps to get over the track bed. If you have Märklin tracks, take care that the contact points stay free. It's incredible, but after 4 hours we can start our play with a test run. The preformed layout, Königsfeld, has a small highlight, a little lake with a steep brook. On the other hand, it is fascinating to have running water as a brook. This would brighten up the layout. For this purpose, we can use the Noch water pump to get a natural look on your layout. First drill a 7mm diameter hole at the upper and at the lowest point of the brook for the inflow and outflow. Fix the outflow and the inflow with some styrol glue or modelling glue in the layout. Work very carefully in order to avoid leaks in this area. A 10 to 15 centimetre hose section connects the inflow with the suction piece of the pump. The remaining hose connects the pressure cap with the outflow. When filling the water into the lake, make sure that the water level is high enough over the suction piece. Now we have to stop playing as we still have a lot to do. The little inhabitants on the model landscape need houses to live in. The areas for the houses and streets are planned. The houses, a church, and not forgetting the station building, must be fixed with glue. For this work, we need approximately 1.5 hours. Then you can cover the blank areas with Noch grass, ballast, flock, or other scatter materials. The fourth step on the way to the ready-to-play layout is the creation of vegetation and placement of figures. The Noch range offer a wide selection of trees, bushes and wild grass foliage. Figures, animals and miniature scenes like in real life should not be missing either. With the Noch preformed layout Königsfeld, we have created a complete, ready-to-operate layout with much play value in approximately 8 hours. The trains are running through a tunnel, over a bridge, and past the little inhabitants of your miniature world. We wish you a lot of future fun. We have extensively played with our model railway. Leafing through the Noch catalogue, we get ideas on improving the layout by making it more detailed. The question is if it is possible and how to do it. The answer is a simple one: yes. The next film will give you some ideas on how to do it. First, we rework the walls and tunnel portals on the layout. The Noch hard foam range offers many suitable products. As we like the castle ruin and the watchtower, we will add them to the layout. First, we deal with the walls. Hard foam walls are easy to cut to size with a cutter. If required, you can heat the wall with a powerful hairdryer and carefully bend so that it fits the layout's form. The tunnel portals can also be improved. The mountain should be enlarged for the castle ruin. At this opportunity, we place the tunnel portals a little away from the mountain. The hard foam portals do not fit at first glance, so we use the cutter again to fit the portals to the landscape form. The portals and walls will be fixed with hot glue to the layout. We have enlarged the mountain by extending the tunnel portals. Now the castle ruin has enough room. We can even enlarge the ruin. For this purpose, we take two ruins. The first ruin remains in the original form. Cut the second ruin in two parts. Fix the ruin with the tower part on the first ruin. Glue the part with the walls to a lower mountain area. However, we now see that there is a gap between the pre-formed layout and the new portal, so we recreate the rock areas with Noch hard foam rocks. We fix the rock pieces with hot glue to the rock area and see that the gaps become smaller or even disappear completely. Smaller gaps can be filled with the leftover rock pieces obtained when we fitted the rocks. The results look really good. Now let's have a look at another rock structuring example. This is a rock area at the lake below the cable railway. On this area we need large rock surfaces. Therefore we take the hard foam rock piece Alberg. Cut the rocks with a cutter or a fret saw and fit them to the landscape form. Fix them with hot glue. How can we make the bridge more interesting? There are two possibilities. We exchange the middle section for a girder bridge. It's not necessary to disassemble the bridge. You can simply exchange the side parts as they are not glued but only clicked in place. Also, the bridge piers will be exchanged against the hard foam quarry stone piers. Cut them to size and fix them with hot glue. The result is quite satisfying, but the rock pieces are still hanging like foreign objects on the layout. Therefore, we apply some rock compound granite or modelling compound. With this compound, we carefully model the rock pieces, Make sure that the structures in the compound follow the rock structures. This is easily done. Before the compound is completely dry, make structures with a wet and hard paintbrush. Model the ruin parts into the mountain with some modelling compound or rock compound in the same way as the rock area before. At the beginning, we decided to apply real water in the brook and the lake. Now we should prepare the base of the brook and the lake. We fix some Noch stones and pebbles with water-resistant glue or modelling glue at the brook side, on the lake bed and at the shore. If you want to do more, be sure to apply some more undercoat to the water side. Now the rocks and the landscape look more realistic, but we have to improve the colours of the layout. First, cover all areas like the rocks, the new walls and portals with black acrylic spray. Then spray a little ivory acrylic spray on the rocks from one direction. Then ochre acrylic spray in the opposite direction. To create a 3D structure on the rocks, you will need ivory acrylic colour and a soft flat brush. Put some colour on the brush and brush it on a newspaper until almost dry. Then lightly paint the raised parts of the rocks, portals and walls. In this way you can easily give the rocks a more natural appearance. Working in this way, the grass will get some colour, but it doesn't matter, as later on we will work on the grass area and the colours give the grass a weathered look. We have to rework the tracks too. First, apply some grass glue to the Mechlin seed track embankments and scatter the matching ballast. After drying, hoover the surplus ballast and fix the movable switch parts with glue. Then cover the tracks with thin brown and very thin grey Noch acrylic colour. After drying, remove the colour from the tracks with the Noch cleaning block. Plastic buildings usually have an unnatural gleam. The Noch weathering powder, or a combination of acrylic colours and weathering powder, are very suitable for making buildings and rolling stocks appear older. Take the model that you wish to make older and cover it with Noch spray and fix adhesive. After drying, mix the colour pigments just as you want and apply them with a supplied paintbrush. Finally, cover it again with spray and fix adhesive. Each Noch layout is factory provided with grass. However, all grass fibres have the same colour and length, but we want to make the fields more realistic. The Noch Grassmaster is an excellent tool for this. Mix different grasses just as you want. For example, you will need some yellow grass to cover a steep mountain slope. This sort of grass really must be used in the track areas, but Noch offer also ready mixed grass blends. Use the Noch Grassmaster nozzle if you want to flock small areas or areas that are difficult to reach. We want to create a rockery in front of the imposing frame house beside the station. You will find all the necessary products in the large Noch catalogue: wild grass, foliage, flower petals, grass tufts and natural stones. Let's begin with making of the flowering plants and small hedges. For this, cut a piece of wild grass foliage and cover the grass tops with grass glue using a flat brush. Sparingly scatter flower petals on the grass top. After drying, detach narrow strips or small pieces and fix them with hot glue. Flowers are easily made using grass tufts. They are available in 4 different variations: spring, summer, autumn and flowering. Grass tufts are also ideal for filling flower pots or as flower imitations on balconies and railings. The yellow grass tufts can be fixed in wall gaps, crevices and in the track ballast. In this way, rocks and walls look more realistic. Now let's plant some trees and bushes. You can create different trees, bushes and shrubs using the Noch natural trees, leaves and flock. Cover the Noch natural trees with Noch spray glue. Scatter some leaves in different colours using an applicator or a spoon. In this way, you can create red or yellow flowering trees. Now we get to the nicest work, the layout decoration. This work would take more time than you think, but you should really take your time over this, because the following details will make the layout truly realistic. Retaining walls and faces of buildings are realistically improved with leaves, flock and foliage. In the end, enliven your layout with some lovely details. Noch offer a wide range of figures and miniature scenes. Looking at our layout, we see that the model landscape is very realistic. This encourages us to enlarge the layout. Of course, the Noch range has many extension layouts, but our success makes us feeling prompted to build the extension by ourselves. The Noch Terraform system is especially suitable for this plan. For building the layout baseboard, we go to a building centre. We buy 1 metre by 1 metre plywood board. For the stability, we take 18mm by 35mm spruce wood strips. Fix the strips with wood glue and nails. Screw this baseboard with carriage bolts to the layout. But Noch is happy to help you in this matter. Ask your local dealer. We will build the entire model landscape and the track routes with Noch Terraform. With this system, you can easily and quickly build your desired layout. You need only a few tools: scissors, cutter, and a hot glue gun. First, lay down the tracks on the baseboard. Then lay Noch cardboard under the tracks and draw the line of the track route. It is easy to cut the track routes from the cardboard with a cutter. Then, the entire viaduct can be positioned and fixed with glue. In order to build the track line later, lay down the cardboard track routes on the baseboard according to the position of the tracks and draw the line. To start landscaping, we take the Terraform Basic set, but the Model Landscaping set is also recommended as it is more comprehensive. Place the cardboard track routes on timber poles of different lengths. To shorten the poles, place them under the cutter and roll them back and forth until they have a notch. Then you can easily break off the poles. Put the poles into the stand plates and the base plates and fix these supports on the baseboard with hot glue. Then fix the cardboard pieces on the supports with hot glue. Now the track route construction is ready. For larger areas, glue double supports together. Put them on a desired place and position the cardboard track routes. Now fix all cardboard track routes to the baseboard in the same way. When placing the cardboard pieces, make sure that no kinks arise as the trains could be derailed or decoupled. Now we get to the event that the model railroad fan has waited for so long, the first test run on our extension layout. The trains waiting on the basic layout may run on the new layout extension for the first time. We use the Terraform system and corrugated cardboard to make the underlays for the Castle Holstein and the church ruin. Cut the hard foam tunnel portal sides in the correct angle and glue it to the wall. The following pictures show how to make the tunnel entrance and the arcade wall. Now the construction is ready. Position it on the layout, mark it, and fix it with hot glue. With this test run, we can make sure that the locomotives and carriages do not touch any support poles, portals and walls in the curves. Also take care that there are no kinks in the track routes where trains could decouple or derail. We have laid down the track routes on the baseboard and made all landscapes plateaus in the same way. Now we get to model landscaping. We start with the large rock areas. The Noch rocks Mittagspitze and Widerstein can be installed without working on them, but we will get a more realistic effect if we cut the rocks and place the two parts side by side. All hard foam rocks can be easily cut with a sharp cutter. We work in the same way as we did improving the basic layout. The rocks in the waterfall area must be positioned raised. The landscape structure will be built also with terraformer parts and corrugated cardboard. Roads and landscape planes will be made of corrugated cardboard and terraform supporting poles, just like the track routes before. The form of the pre-formed layout is factory provided. Now we will make the form of this extension layout ourselves. The following pictures will show you how easy it is to model mountain slopes, valleys and mountains with terraform wooden poles, connection pieces and stand plates. With the flexible poles, you can easily form mountain tops and curved landscaped areas. Now this framework clearly shows the outline of the model landscape. Cover the whole framework with Noch crepe paper. For this, cut pieces from the crepe paper and fix them on the wooden poles with hot glue. Be careful when working with hot glue, as you could burn yourself. Use a wooden pole or a piece of corrugated cardboard when putting the crepe paper pieces with the glue on the poles. Cut small pieces when cutting the crepe paper. In this way, you can better create small and broken areas, get more stability and save material. Now you can fix Noch hard foam rock pieces on the landscape framework with hot glue. Work in the same way as shown before. Adjust the rock pieces from behind to fit the landscape form and fix them with hot glue. If you remember the modelling of the preformed layout Königsfeld, you know that the first step was the modelling of the rock pieces with rock compound. Then we painted the rock areas. Now work with the rocks in the same way. Also here we want to create a little lake, but there will be no real water in it. Model the pond bed with rock compound. Use a wide brush and create the shores in the same way. Press some Noch stones and boulders in the wet modelling compound. The landscape framework built with terraform needs a cover of modelling compound. In this way the landscape will be more harmonious and will get the necessary stability. The modelling compound is applied extensively with a wide brush. We are ready with the landscape construction. Now we will paint the landscape. When painting the rocks and tracks, we work in the same way like in the second part of the film. Now we turn to the creation of water and shore. We do not take real water, however, we want to imitate real water. We apply grass glue on the shore and sprinkle some Noch stones and boulders in it. For the sand on the shore, we apply N-gauge ballast. We give the water some depth, applying the riverbed colour set. We choose dark colours like dark blue for the middle of the lake and mix lighter colours towards the shore. For the area that is surrounded by rocks, we use a green colour. Now we turn to the creation of the pond and the brook. Fill the Noch water drops and the softener in a bake-safe jar or pot and put it into a preheated oven at 170 to 180 degrees Celsius, 338 to 356 degrees Fahrenheit. The water drops will melt into a clear liquid. Wear heat-resistant protective gloves when taking the water drops out of the oven. Stir the water drops well with a metal spoon or screwdriver. The water drops will melt into a liquid. We can pour them into the prepared lake and brook. Using a toothpick, you can create froth or water structures shortly before the water drops dry. You may use a powerful hairdryer to heat the surface to create realistic waves. You may repeat the melting process and details until you reach the desired scene. Now we turn to the water structuring. It is time to prepare the waterfall as it will be created outside the layout. First, we have to measure the height of the waterfall. Then we apply Noch water effects in the requested length on a suitable base material, for example baking paper. Let it dry 15 to 30 minutes. Then we take a toothpick and make structures in the tough material of the waterfall. In the meantime, the waterfall has completely dried. Using a cutter, peel it off the base material. The prepared parts of the waterfall can be fixed to the rocks with water effects. Then apply the water effects on the waterfall, making parallel stripes. Using a toothpick, make structures on the water. Work in the same way when working on the lake and the running water. In this way, you can create a very realistic froth and foam. In the previous film section, we have already learned how to work with the useful Grassmaster. After applying the grass on the fields and slopes, you can fix some flock in different colours and sizes to the landscape. You can create very realistic trees using Noch nature trees. We have already seen in the previous film section how to do it. Now we work in the same way.